On the 16th of September 2022, something happened that I had completely lost all hope for. It was announced that the first two titles of my favorite series of all time were being remastered. I could not contain my excitement when I first read about this, as this series has not seen a mainline release since 2006. If you're a long-time sub, you'll know what this series means to me. I just about lived and breathed this series in its heyday, and it, without a doubt, had more impact on me than any other video game. Prior to Tokyo Game Show, Konami did renew their Suikoden trademark, but I didn't have my hopes up. After all, they've been turning their beloved IPs into pachinko machines for the past however many years. Suffice to say, I didn't see this coming, but despite everything, we forgive Konami now, right? Right? Since the announcement, a certain question has been lingering in the back of my mind. What does this mean for the future of the Suikoden series? During the Tokyo Game Show, some of the Konami staff members did say that they do not want to stop at this remaster. Does this mean a 3, 4 or 5 remaster too? Official ports of the Japanese exclusives? Dare I say it, Suikoden 6? Suikoden mastermind Yoshitaka Murayama is obviously busy with Eiyuden Chronicle right now, but years ago he did state that a return to the series is possible if the conditions were right. A few of you asked if I would be making a video about this, and the answer is yes, here it is. This video is just going to be my thoughts on everything we've seen so far, as well as some other things that I want to see in the remaster. There are so many unfortunate gamers in the world who haven't had a piece of Suikoden before, but now they will finally get their chance. Before we get into it, if you liked this video, make sure you hit like, share it around, and sub for more RPG and Suikoden content coming soon. Also, let me know what you thought about this announcement. Alright, let's get into it. The number one thing that excites me the most about this remaster is the visuals. The shots that we've seen so far in the trailer look amazing. While the original pixel art will remain, the backgrounds and effects have all been enhanced, and I am really happy about this. One of the standout shots for me was the world map exploration, which, let's be honest, it really needed a facelift. The world itself and the character sprite looks a lot better, but the actual towns have completely changed style and now look like basic 3D renders as opposed to pixel art. Personally, I'm not so sure about this change. Then there's the opening scene in Tenzin Pass with Rue and Joey jumping off the cliff. The waterfall, the moon, the shooting star, it all looks amazing. And of course, the scene outside Muse with the sunset and Reminiscence playing. It is really good to see that after all of these years, Konami still understand what us longtime fans want to see. Original artist Junko Kawano also returned to redo the portraits and some of the art for this remaster, and they look amazing. In the case of Suikoden 1, this was absolutely needed, as they really didn't reflect the style and quality of the other games in the series. I just want to know when she had a chance to do this, since she's been super busy working on Eiyuden Chronicle for the past couple of years. Now, if there is one thing that I am not entirely sure of, it is the font and some of the interface design. I really like the new text boxes with the enlarged portrait, but the new serif style font here is going to take a while to get used to. The same goes for the actual battle interface. It's cool that we now have portraits up the top, but I feel that this box takes up more screen space than it needs to. Plus, again, the font just doesn't look bold enough. I really hope they do something about this. So, while the visuals have had a huge overhaul, the audio has not. Sure, we have new HD environmental sounds such as running water in the river, wind through the trees, and insects chirping, and this is great, but what about the music? If there is one single thing I want here, it is a reorchestrated soundtrack. Miki Higashino did an absolutely incredible job composing the soundtracks for Suikoden 1 and 2, and among this extensive track list are some of my favorite video game pieces ever. I want this to sound better than it ever has, kinda like what they did to the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. Here's something you may have missed from the trailer. If you played the original games, you may have noticed some very poor translation, and what better example to give than this scene with Kirkus. Kirkus was never meant to say the line after returning from Dwarves Village. This was a developer's note left for the localization team. It was unintentionally included, which then pushed the remaining lines down a slot. This means that characters were saying things that other characters were meant to say. Anyway, there's a brief shot in the trailer that shows that this has been corrected. Instead of saying after returning from Dwarves Village, Kirkus says, "Wait, is that smoke?" This was great to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other kinks they've ironed out. Another new feature is the conversation log. I guess this may be nice for some, but I never really use them since I read things the first time. Apparently there's also going to be an auto battle option, which really makes no sense since both games already featured an auto battle option. Then there's the speed up option. Again, this is nice to have, but honestly, Suikoden was always fast, enabling you to get into and out of battle in no time. I wonder which button you'll need to press to speed things up, and if it will still allow for one-handed play. If you didn't know, Suikoden games allowed you to play with a single hand, which is something that I always thought was cool. Technically, Konami are not remastering our favourite PS1 RPGs. They are instead remastering the PSP remasters that were only released in Japan all the way back in 2006. This initial remaster added widescreen, diagonal movement, and a speed up option, among other things, but what I'm really getting at here is that it also fixed a certain glitch. And by certain glitch, you all know what I mean, the infamous Matilda border glitch. If you're not in the loop, essentially in the OG version of Suikoden 2, you were able to access the Matilda area early by pushing a giant gate at the Moose Matilda border. This was awesome as it allowed you to recruit both Humphrey and Futch very early in the game. In the PSP version, this was fixed along with the Hans shop glitch, the Kindness rune glitch, and the Luca fight glitch. So obviously, this means that the upcoming remasters will also be glitch free. Sorry guys, we'll have to wait to recruit our favourite Dragon Knight and his loyal protector. And there we go. Those are my thoughts on what we know so far about the Suikoden remasters coming soon. I cannot wait for another excuse to experience the Gate Rune and Dunan Unification Wars, and I'm especially glad that these great games will finally be accessible to all gamers out there. Personally, I'll be getting this one on Switch. Portable Suikoden 1 and 2 sounds too good to pass up. What do you think about the upcoming Suikoden remasters? Are you as happy as I am about it? Let me know in the comments below. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, it would help me out a lot to hit like and sub for more RPG and Suikoden content coming soon. See you next time.